A very good evening. You're watching India Today going live on social media platforms. I'm Nabila Jamal. I'm going to bring you the roundup of today's news. I'm going to start with today, the farmers and the government, the stalemate they're continuing over the new farm laws. In fact, this is the 9th round of talks between the government and the farmers. And so far, it doesn't seem like they've come to a conclusion or a consensus. The government today has categorically told the farmers that they are not going to repeal the laws. Government has told the farmers that they will not quash the laws. If the farmers really want the laws to be quashed, they've got to go to the Supreme Court. And if the Supreme Court says that these laws are illegal, then the government is willing to quash these laws. This is exactly what has happened today. India Today accesses inside details of the government and the farmers' talks. 9th round. So far, the government seemed like it wanted to make some amends. The farmers were adamant that they wanted it to be quashed. This time, there was some hope that the talks would go somewhere, end this stalemate. Of course, the farmers there increasing or intensifying their agitation there clearly has not really pushed the government to quash these laws. In fact, it's almost strengthened the government to say that these laws are for the progress of the agricultural community, and it will stay unless and until the Supreme Court intervenes and says that these laws are illegal. So far, only out of the 4 demands, remember the farmers had 4 demands, out of that 2 demands the government has met with, and those 2 are not the primary demands, but still the government has agreed to put on hold the electricity laws along with decriminalizing stubble burning. The government has agreed to both these demands, but the other 2, which are actually the primary demands that the farmers have been protesting against, that is the minimum support price for the farm produce and of course the quashing of the laws completely. They do not want the agricultural system and the sector to be privatized. They worry that the private sectors would monopolize the entire market, leaving the agricultural community completely out of business. That is the fear. Now, this is the 9th round of talks. Like I said, we're hoping that something would end soon. The protest would end soon, because if not, the farmers say that they're going to intensify their agitation and carry out a massive tractor rally on the 26th of January on Republic Day. Clearly would disturb the government, and the celebrations that would be taking place on the sidelines, the tractor rally, would not show the Indian government in good light. So will the government end the deadlock soon? Will they come out with a decision on this, or are they going to be adamant on their stand just like the farmers? Remains to be seen. In fact, farmers have said outrightly, even on their placards, even at today's meeting, they've left some placards right at the meeting site at Vigyan Bhavan, where it reads, "Ghar Vapsi only if bill Vapsi." They also says, "Ya to hum marenge ya jeetenge." We will die or we will win. That's the farmers' stance. Now, let me quickly move on to the vaccination dry run that's currently taking place. This is the 2nd round of the dry run, a mammoth exercise across 33 states, including union territories, 736 districts in India. The dry run took place and it was largely successful. The dry run is of course done to ensure end-to-end a survey of people who need to be vaccinated. The entire procedure that's going to be carried out, including taking the registering your documents, ensuring that those people, the beneficiaries, are legit citizens of India. Of course, ensuring that they fall within the high-risk groups, which is the initial 2 phases that the vaccinations will be provided to. Of course, taking in all the details and streamlining all that data into a system, loading all of that into the COVID app. All of that will be done in this dry run, and that was what was carried out in most parts of the country today. We saw some visuals coming in from Bengaluru, from Chennai, from Mumbai, from Delhi, and the mock run seemed quite seamless. It's just about time that the vaccines are rolled out and this exercise is initiated, and hopefully a step forward to ending this pandemic. So this vaccine dry run was very crucial. Harshvardhan himself, the health minister, was in Chennai overseeing one of those dry runs. So this is going to be a mammoth exercise, and if you want to get vaccinated, remember you've got to log on to the CoWIN app. There are many fake versions of the CoWIN app also that are coming out now, and India Today ourselves actually detected one app and got it busted. Many of them are on several of the app stores as well. So be very careful. The government of India only has acknowledged one CoWIN app, and to see the legitimacy of it, you've got to get onto the government websites only. Don't just register yourself and give out your personal details to random CoWIN apps that are currently on app stores. So be careful on that note. Now, a quick word on since flights were banned because of a new strain of coronavirus erupted in the United Kingdom. Now we understand that the flights between UK and India has finally opened up, it's resumed, but only 30 flights per week. That's the government stance. Today, a flight from UK to Delhi came in, 256 passengers came in. A flight from UK to Mumbai arrived. So it was quite a relief for many of those passengers who were stranded. And these flights that are going to be allowed now, limited to 30, will only be allowed from Delhi, Mumbai, Bengaluru and Hyderabad. Only from these 4 destinations will flights go and come to the UK. Now, all passengers, mandatory, who are coming in, need to be carrying a negative RT-PCR report. Any one of them who've tested positive will have to go through mandatory quarantine period. And of course, it will be all at the expense of the passenger themselves. So this is the strict guidelines that the government of India has given to ensure that the new strain of the coronavirus erupted in the UK does not enter India. A quick word on temple politics in Andhra Pradesh. Jagan Mohan Reddy has received a lot of flack, the Chief Minister, for several temples that were vandalized and desecrated in the state of Andhra Pradesh. A lot of allegation against Jagan Mohan Reddy, where they're calling him, he's a Christian and therefore he doesn't care for the temples and the Hindu sentiments, and many of his followers are vandalizing temples and yet there's no action being taken. These are allegations. Now, the opposition itself, the TDP, had accused Jagan Mohan Reddy of not ensuring or securing the Hindu sentiments and securing all those Hindu temples. What Jagan has done today is that he's laid foundation to 9 temples which was demolished in the TDP regime. Chandrababu Naidu regime there, 9 temples were apparently razed down, and here is Jagan Mohan Reddy now laying the foundation stone. Also, in a bid to try and reinstate faith among the Hindu community, Jagan Mohan comes forward to lay the foundation stone to 9 temples in Andhra Pradesh. Now, a quick word on the rape that has taken place, the gang rape in Badaun district of Uttar Pradesh. It's quite shocking because a 50-year-old woman went into a temple to worship at around 7 p.m. She was raped by the temple priest and 2 of his disciples, a driver and one of the disciples. It was shocking. The temple priest was on the run, Satyanarayana. Finally, the cops have managed to nab him. He's the prime accused. He has been arrested. Along with him, even his disciple Vedram and also the driver Jaspal. Both of them have been arrested. 3 of them are in custody. But it's a shocking news as the lady passed away. In fact, there was news of her heavy bleeding after she was raped, gang raped. Her 7th rib was broken, her leg was broken. A brutal gang rape that took place at the temple site where this priest has now been arrested. In fact, what was all the more shocking was that NCW, the National Commission for Women, a member, came out to actually give out sermons to women, asking women not to venture out post-evening or any time in the night and make environments conducive for such kind of incidents. She received a lot of flack considering she's a member of the NCW, the National Commission for Women, and she now has come out to retract her statement saying if it's hurt sentiments, I apologize. She doesn't apologize, but she says, I will take back my statement. So that's what happened there. The police is on the case. They are investigating it further. Now, a quick word on Kangana Ranaut and her sister Rangoli, who's been summoned by the Mumbai police. Remember, an FIR was filed against Kangana, accusing her of sedition, saying that she had put out posts. In fact, a casting director, Sahil Saeed, had registered an FIR against Kangana and her sister, saying that she was trying to instill communal sentiments and communal divide among people within the industry through her social media posts, and this was disturbing, and therefore sedition charges was put against her. An FIR was filed in Mumbai. Now, the Mumbai police has been issuing summons to Kangana multiple times. She refused to come in. She even approached the Bombay High Court, and at max the court did was ensure that she was immune to arrest. But the court did say that you've got to attend and got to meet with the police of Mumbai who summoned you. You got to go, commit to honor the summons that the police has given and answer all those questions that they have posed for you. So Kangana arrived today with her sister Rangoli, and 4 hours of grilling that was on. In fact, even before she came in for the questioning, she put out a social media message saying that she's been tortured, she's been humiliated mentally, physically, and she slammed the Mumbai police, saying that she's been sidelined and targeted only because she speaks the truth and whatnot. But nonetheless, she was still at the police station and she was questioned for about 4 hours. That's the update on that case. A quick word, a big development there. In fact, 26/11 Mumbai attack plotter Zakirur Rahman Lakhvi has been now sentenced to 15 years in prison for terror financing. Now, this comes right at the back of Pakistan receiving a lot of flack, especially from the global terror watchdog FATF. Now Pakistan has arrested this man, 15 years of prison for terror financing. Lakwi is now going to be in prison for the next 15 years. Now, again, a lot of talk about whether Pakistan is serious on this or this is just a hoodwinking move, whatnot, that only time will tell. Now, Kannada actor Radhika Kumaraswamy, who is the second wife to H.D. Kumaraswamy, the former Chief Minister of Karnataka, has been summoned by the CCB in Karnataka over receiving 75 lakhs from a man called Yuvraj, who is an accused in a cheating case. Yuvraj allegedly has cheated multiple businessmen and politicians and taken money from all over. He has paid Radhika Kumaraswamy 75 lakhs. Now, the CCB wants to know why was that money paid and through what channels did it come. Radhika Kumaraswamy, who apparently knows this man for about 17 odd years, says that she was to do a film with him. He was supposed to produce it, and therefore this was remuneration and nothing else. It was clearly business and whatnot. So she was also grilled for 4 hours by the CCB. She's going to be called in again. Now, a quick word on the US Capitol riots that took place that killed 4 people. Donald Trump, the president, he still remains the president until the 20th, until Joe Biden actually takes over formally. He finally today, after all the riots, comes down to actually condemning the riots, saying that those who actually indulged in riots are not American citizens. They are not Americans, and he disassociates from them, and he condemns it, saying that action will be taken. Now, this is what the President Donald Trump has said. He says that he is now willing to transfer power to Joe Biden seamlessly without any hesitation or any pushback. That's what Donald Trump has said, finally almost accepting, conceding to the fact that he's been defeated. Also, this is quite embarrassing, but Facebook and Instagram have blocked Donald Trump to post anything. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook CEO, has said that it's highly risky to allow Donald Trump to tweet or post something now because the sentiment and the mood in the United States is very sensitive, and it's not right. It's only going to be risky to allow Trump to put out something on social media. Therefore, he's been blocked for at least 2 weeks' time until Joe Biden formally takes over as the president of the United States. This is what happened. Remember, even Twitter has banned 12-hour ban on Trump's account it's actually expired. It's now come to an end, and Trump has not tweeted as yet, but he did put out a post condemning the attacks, which was a relief, in fact. And speaking of the attacks here, it sent ripples even in India, because there was a man who was actually wielding an Indian flag, the tricolor flag, at the protests, at the riot site in Washington, America. In fact, BJP MP Varun Gandhi has now pulled out a picture of a man called Vincent Xavier along with Congress MP Shashi Tharoor. And this Vincent Xavier was the same man who was actually wielding the Indian flag right there at the protest, at the riot site, right in Washington, D.C. And here is Varun Gandhi, who says that the Congress MP Shashi Tharoor is very good friends with this man, Vincent Xavier, and it is likely that the Congress is behind the riots as well. Now, of course, Shashi Tharoor has hit back, saying that this is ridiculous and he can't be responsible for the misguided actions of his well-wishers. And he condemns the riots. Shashi Tharoor says that wielding an Indian flag there is not right. This is not done. You can't hold an Indian flag right where a mob is. He condemns it and also distances himself from this man called Vincent Xavier. In fact, I exclusively spoke with Vincent Xavier, the man himself who held up the flag. He said that he was innocent. All he did was try to bring out, community, or rather sentiments of origin, considering that since America is an immigrant country, people come there from all over, from many countries, and bring their own country's flag and wave it. He did the same. He got the Indian flag and waved it. He never anticipated the situation to go out of control. And he said that yes, he has met Shashi Tharoor. He has taken a picture with him, but he's not friends with him because it was a one-off event. And Shashi Tharoor is too big a man. He does not even remember. Probably Shashi Tharoor does not even remember him. And also went on to say that, in fact, when he speaks of ideology and ideals, he likes the BJP's policies and ideology better. He relates to the BJP better versus the Congress. So this is more or less a roundup of today. A quick word on bird flu that I didn't give you. In fact, coronavirus, right when we're actually facing this pandemic here, Bird flu seems to have hit the country. 8 states currently are reeling under this crisis. Kerala, Madhya Pradesh and also Rajasthan have already decided to go on mass culling of birds because of bird flu, try to avoid the spread. But many questions of whether bird flu will, or rather is it right to eat chicken or egg at a time when bird flu is on the rise. Experts say it's all right. Of course, their poultry exports, imports have been limited to a large extent because they don't want to increase the infection or spread the infection. But experts say you can eat chicken and egg. All that you need to do is boil it and cook it thoroughly, really well, so that of course virus dies in heated temperatures. So that's the update on bird flu. Let's just hope there's no reports or confirmation on human to human transition or transfer of the flu as yet. Let's hope we remain and keep it at that. And you stay safe. Thank you for watching.